Hey y'all, today is May 8th and we're jumping in. This is the Fenty eyeshadow primer. Of course, I still need to use the YC collection eye primer from subscription box. It's just such a habit for me just to grab the Fenty one because I know it's going to work, and part of me is just like, okay, am I going to be able to use the YC one? Is it going to cause problems? Are my lids going to burn? My eyeballs going to fall out the socket? And I need to just try it because that's the only way that I will know. So this video, this clip rather, we're revisiting Natasha Denona Zendo palette. I did mix my Zendo with Sunrise. Some of the Zendo shades did not show up on me. Some of the Sunrise shades did not show up on me. And so I took out the Sunrise shades that I liked that did show up on me really nice and put those in place of the Zendo shades that did not show up on me. But I did look at the palette today and figure what's going to go where, and I am going to just use the Zendo shades in this palette. Once I mixed it, I liked it a whole lot better because everything shows up on me, and I do like all the shades. Part of why I like them is because they do show up, and I liked the warmth and the coolness of the Zendo palette. So one side was one and one side was the other, and I did like that. I like having that option. So this is what the Zendo palette looks like on the outside. This is Zendo and Sunrise on the inside. These two right here are Sunrise shades. These, let me see, because I have a label on the back, of course, because I'm a label whore. And these three right here are Sunrise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are Sunrise. I have brushes pulled out. I'm not experimenting, but comparing against two different foundations. So if both sides of my face look different colors, they are. I did put on a setting powder and I did put on an Hourglass powder to try to even things out. And so if this side is looking lighter or this side is looking a little darker, it's not the lighting, it's because it is. Yay me. But I did try to even it out so it wouldn't be really distracting. I do like both sides though. One I prefer more than the other, but you hear about that in that video. So we're going to take this brush here and we're going to go into Luster, this shade right here. And this is almost a non-shade on me just because of my complexion. But it shows up a nice little something. So that's just going to go on our inner corner. I think this is only my third complete look with this palette, and I say that because I use this palette to demonstrate in my how-to series how to incorporate color into your look. Like if you're used to just neutral looks, how to introduce a pop of color. So I did use this palette for that because it has these pops of colors, but it wasn't, you know, just me saying, hey, let's just do this eyeshadow look, you know what I mean? So this is only my third look, and I was kind of surprised because my other palettes I've done like quite a few looks, and this one I'm like, only 3? Like what? Are you kidding me? So that's there, simple and easy. Now we're going to go into Flow, this shade here, and this is going to go on the center of the lid. Oh, this is so pretty. Not my dark vibe, but it's different and it's pretty, and it's, I was gonna say beautiful, but beautiful is pretty, right? And they go on so smooth and they blend really nicely together. And I like what this turns into where I blend and overlap. I really miss this palette. I'm doing this like I needed to use it more. And the POA says this is good till December this year, and this is May. So there's still a lot of time for me to get use out of this. And so we're just going to pull over what's left on the brush from Flow. And I'm going to edit out doing the other side. That shade is there. We're going to move to the next shade, and we're going to take Equilibrium, which is this shade right here. And that's going to go on the outer corner. Even though that first shade is a there, not there, it adds just enough for it to be an inner corner highlight. And so that's why I put that there. And look how these two go together. Equilibrium, I believe, is one of her either creamy mattes or cream to powders. And I just love that formula. Some people hate it. It is a learning curve to it. And we're going to bring this over into the transition area just a little bit, even though we do have a shade for transition. But look how easy that was. This, if you have less space than I do between your transition and your brow bone, this can be your look. You can be done. We're still just doing brow bone highlight shade, but I do need something there because that's just a lot of space. But this formula to me just works. It is just like so easy. And some people do not like it. Why did I say donut? Do I want a donut? What's your favorite place to go to for donuts? Because I mean, Dunkin' Donuts is good, but I think it's just because it's just been around so long. It's just like, like it's nothing special. And there is a Krispy Kreme a little further down from Dunkin' Donuts, which I haven't been to. But over the weekend, a friend of mine had Krispy Kreme, and I ended up eating 2 of them. I was like, oh my gosh, these are so good. But I think it was so good because I just hadn't had donuts in so long. But what's your favorite place to go to for donuts? Or do you make your own? This is so non-makeup related. So this is that. That was just super easy. I love this palette. We're going to take a blending brush and we're going to go into Balance, this shade right here. And that's going to be our transition shade. This one is powdery. I do think this one is just a regular matte shade. This is very powdery. And Equilibrium was not powdery at all. So that's going to go up here. And we're going to bring that right down here too, using the tip of the brush. We're going to go in small circular motions. I kind of want to take a shade for brow arch, but this I think would be too light. And so I'm just going to take this brush, not adding any additional shadow on it, and we're just going to do small circular motions just to help it travel upward a little bit towards my brow bone. We're going to take NYX retractable eyeliner. I always hold it backwards, and this is in gold. I don't know why I'm always thinking it was the bronze one, unless I had bronze too and then I got rid of it. Like, I don't know, but maybe I was just calling this one by the wrong thing. Not sure. We're not going to do inner rims today. My eyes have been tearing because of the fans blowing. I did go out today, so dealing with the pollen and things like that, and so I just want to give my eyes a break. We're going to use these 2 pencils, eyeliner pencils, and these are Rosy Waver brushes. These are coarse. I do not like them. It's hard for me to get a thin line because it is kind of thick. How can you see it? There you go. So it is hard for me to get a thin line on upper lash line, but if I wasn't doing eyeshadow, it wouldn't be a problem. So it is hard for me to get a thin line upper lash line. And when I use them for lower lash line, some of them, like, it feels like it's scratching my skin, and I'm just, so I'm gonna try these 2 today, and I have enough brushes where I don't need to keep these. And so today, and I think I have like 4 of them, I think. So if these are scratchy today, I'm gonna throw these 2 away. So this is like the last chance for these 2 brushes. We're going to take Aura, and that's going to go on the first half of our lower lash line. It feels pokey, like even laying it sideways to sweep the shadow. This is a coarse brush. I'm gonna throw this away because I have other brushes that are soft, and so why keep this one when it hurts me? It feels like it's scratching my skin. It applies shadow nicely though. It really does. So that's going in the trash. And now we're going to take Sense, which is this shade here, and that's going to go on the outer half of our lower lash line. This one is scratchy too. This just is not a good brush. I got them for $2.99, either at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, which is the same company, I believe. But they sell the same stuff. Well, makeup stuff. I don't look at clothes and things, but for makeup and skincare, it's like the same exact stuff. And some of the holders that I got for my brushes, the 3-set holder with a holder that had 3 compartments for my brushes, I got those from Marshall's. So yeah, so this is the look. That brush is going in the trash too. And I got shadow in my eye for upper lash line. I'm thinking I'm going to take Fortune. I was going to take Slate. But I'm really liking Fortune. I like them both. So let me show them to you both again. I like them both. Fortune shows up on me just like as a deep, just a deep, deep shade. Almost like black, but when you look at a certain angle, you can tell that it's not black. How about we do one on each side just to see? So that means I need to take out 2 different brushes. So, okay. All right, and these are the waiver brushes as well. From, my eye is tearing, and it's tearing upward because I'm seeing a line going into my crease. So this is the brush we use for the inner corner shade, and we're just going to pat. Oh man. When my eye tears, but the tear is not heavy enough to come down, it travels upward into my crease area. And then it makes the shadow look darker in that spot, more saturated. So it's sort of like if you wet your brush and applied the shadow, that's what it ends up looking like. And it's annoying because it's one side, which is good because if it was both sides, it would be very annoying. So this is Slate. And this is the Zoeva Classic Liner 316 brush. I believe the 2 I threw away were the 320 brushes. And I'm still practicing. These are not soft either. Still practicing getting a thin line. But because these are longer, I keep thinking it should be easy to get a thin line. Because when I try to lay the brush sideways is when it gets thick. So I just got to really just stick to the tip of the brush. So this is Slate. And I do like these, as I said, because it's not a traditional black or brown, but it still shows up dark. And so that's it that we're going to do for that side. So we're going to take Fortune, this one, clean brush. I am really liking these melt liners. Really, oh, that came out too thick. Damn. You see that? So now it's gonna cover the shadow on my lid. And when I look up, now all you see is the liner. That's why it's important for me to get a thin line, so that when I look up, you can still see the shadow on the little piece of mobile lid. Like, yes, you'll see the shadow up here, but my mobile lid is here to here. And when I look up, you don't see any of that now. You see just a little bit over here in the corner, like right here, and that's it. Like this side, you see just a tiny bit in here, but even in the corner over here, the line is too thick. And it's just a practice thing and also a brush thing. I was surprised I got a thinner line over here, but then I'm right hand dominant and this is my right side. So reaching over sometimes affects how my eyeshadow looks, even with just applying just regular eyeshadow with a brush, because the reaching over thing changes the angle, where here you just do it, but then you have to reach over. And I know you know what I mean if you do eyeshadow looks. And so it takes practice and really paying attention to technique, going from one side to the other side. So we're just going to leave that like that. I am really liking these. So do the liners look really different? Because they both do serve a purpose. And if I'm wearing a lighter eyeshadow look, the colors are more noticeable with these liners. But it's because of the shades of the shadows. The shades of the shadows, the color of the shadows, that you may not see it. Like when I look down here, I can see green, I can see the blue. But from here, it's like, okay, what is it? I don't know, I'm not sure. But I like that it's still different either way. Honestly though, if I had to choose, I think I would choose this one, Fortune. I don't know. It's a good thing I didn't have to choose. I purchased them on a half off sale. They were $11 a piece. That's why I got so many different colors. Sills Booster Mascara Primer. We're going to use this, y'all, because we haven't used this shade yet. And this one is Cobalt Stack. This is a MAC mascara. So we're going to apply both of these and then come back. Now we're applying the Cobalt Stack Mascara. I'm just like, girl. I do really think they're going to bring these back. I think they were testing us by only saying they were releasing 500 of each shade. Because if they sell out, they're going to be like, okay, people do want them. And honestly, boo-boo the full troll here. I only purchased them for that reason. Well, no. Not only for that reason, because I do like having mascaras other than black. And so I was excited to see additional colors. I had the green Ivy League from Fenty, and I had Miss Merlot, which is a burgundy from Fenty. And recently, you know what? Not even recently. I purchased the blue Dior mascara, which I still haven't used yet. So that'll be the next one I use, because I bought that before these MAC ones, and then here I am using the MAC ones. I think I wanted to see if I was really going to like it or if the color showed up. I think that's what it is, because I know I like the regular MAC Stack mascara, and I do like the Dior mascara, even though I haven't tried the blue one. But I think I was just excited for the MAC ones. And also, not that it probably matters if they're sold out now, for you guys to see if the colors really showed up. And they do. This one eye, but I'm thankful there's only just one eye. Am I going to do a cheek situation? Am I going to do a lip situation? Let me figure that out. We're going to take Sea Queen, even though I don't really want to. I like the formula. I like the color. I just don't prefer the color for me. And I keep using it to see if my mind is going to change. And even if I don't really like the shade for me, which I don't, sometimes I do just like how it looks with whatever look I do. And so that's why I keep it. I keep telling myself I'm not going to keep it. But then it works. You know what I mean? Like with the whatever look I'm doing, you cannot convince me that this isn't working for this eye look. This is what we got. Am I going to do a cheek situation? We're going to not do a... We're not going to do a cheek situation today. This eye is starting to annoy me and I'm starting to feel irritated. So we're going to end this. I'm still digging Zendo. And we did just use Zendo shades for this look. And I like it as much as I liked it before. And I'm glad that I kept it. I do need to use it more. My lids are itching. Both of my eyelids are itching. Why? This is still good till December this year. And I used the same eyeshadow primer. Both of my eyelids, like my actual eyelids, are itching. Oh man. Why? Both of them are itching. Both of my eyelids are itching. Like not my eyes burning, my eye tearing, that's just from the fan. But my actual lids are itching. So I need to go and wash this off. Damn it. This is not dead yet. So why? Shit. So I'm not understanding. Thank you for being here. So yeah, if you have Zendo, let me know what you think about it. If you have Sunrise, again, these two and these three are from Sunrise. So if you have Sunrise or if you have Zendo, let me know your thoughts about it. yeah, I don't even know now because this, I don't know what's happening. But I need to go wash this off because it's just uncomfortable. This is itching and it's uncomfortable. So thank you for being here. And as always, we didn't do an intro. Am I adding a clip to this? I don't know. I don't know. I just know I need to wash this off right now.